Alright guys, my name is Yoon Kim, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys and teaching you guys how to fold your clothes in boot camp. And the purpose of this video is for you to be basically a little bit ahead in the game. Just practice folding your clothes this way, so when you actually are out there, when you're in there, you kind of have a great understanding of what they look for and how to fold your clothes. So I'm going to first begin with shorts. So these are your typical gym PT shorts and your shorts that you wear indoors when you sleep and all that kind of stuff. So you always have to wear shorts with your uniform and basically at all times. So this is the opening on the top side away from me. So this is front side, and this fold will apply to basically any shorts that you have. So you first want to get your right side from facing you, from the front facing you, get your right side over to the top. Make sure it aligns with the top, right? And get the other side and do the same thing. And lay it out. From here, you're going to fold everything in half. And from here, you want to make the left go over your right and make it another half. Like so. Now, later on, what you are going to do is you're going to have a yellow PT shirt. Basically, it's same thing as this blue t-shirt that you're seeing that you're going to wear under your uniform and under different several things for several occasions. And so how the PT shirt is folded and how this shirt is folded, all the short sleeve shirts are folded the same way. Okay, so I'm also going to show you this. So basically you get it lined up, right? And what you're going to do, and you have to try to make this as neat as possible, so you're going to bring the bottom side all the way up to the collar, okay? So make sure that you try to align this as much as possible. And you go all the way up. And make sure the sides are good. Normally I would iron my shirt before. But for the sake of this video, I just got my shirt from my laundry pile. And I'm showing you guys. Alright, so from here, make sure flatten out everything, and now you're going to get your sleeve inwards and do the same thing for the other side. And from here, you're going to fold, let's see, in thirds. So you're going to bring the top half down to a third, just eye it a little bit, and bring the bottom half up. And the checkpoint is, so when you bring the bottom half up, you don't want to see this. You don't want to see that. You want to make sure that it's lined exactly. Now, if you have to make little adjustments, just do so. But make sure that it's lined up. And from here, like the shorts, left over right. And make sure that it is nice and neat as much as possible. Now, normally on a normal circumstance, when you have your yellow PT shirt, your PT shirt would go on the bottom and your shorts would go on the top. And one of the biggest things they look for during the inspections or during a normal day is the size has to match. The size has to match exactly. So basically what that means is the shirt cannot be bigger than the pants when it's on top. So the pants will always be on top of the shirts. Now these blue navy shirts will be on a separate pile of their own, and one of the big checkpoints that you can see is, if you see here, there's 4 different flaps, right? There's 4 different flaps, and on the other side there's two flaps. There's basically it looks like a lip. And if you look at your shorts, if you look here, there's 4 different lips, and if you turn the other side, there's 2 lips. So you want the lips on top of each other, the 2 lips facing each other, 4 lips facing each other. So when you have multiple shirts, you stack it that way. Alright, so next I want to show you what's called skivvies. Basically your underwear, right? So male or female, you're all going to wear skivvies. Regardless, it doesn't matter, you're all going to wear it. And now I understand that you might have boxers, lingerie if you're female, all that kind of different stuff, but I'm just going to show you how skivvies are folded. So skivvies, from when it's open, fold it in half like that. Make sure it lines up at the top, and fold it in half again, and you're done. And when you get multiple skivvies, like I said, the checkpoints are basically all the same. Make sure the lips are on top of each other, and make sure it lines up to the one side. So when you have multiple skivvies, it's just going to look like that. And you want to have the bigger skivvy. So when you wash some skivvies more than the other, the skivvies that are used more tend to get bigger. So they should be on the bottom pile. So it looks kind of like a pyramid sometimes when you after you have it stacked. Alright, so the next thing is socks, right? So these white socks are actually some different type of socks for boot camp. What I mean by that is, if you look at a normal typical socks, it has like a little space for your heels, right? But in this white gym socks that they issue you, it doesn't really have that. It can actually lay out front perfectly fine. And like it's just like a tube socks, whatever you want to call it. So it's not going to look the same as your normal average socks that you probably have. But the folding idea that you should get used to will always be the same. So when you have it here, get your other one, put it on top, and when you lay it out, bring it half up. Half is more than half, but bring it up. Start from the bottom. Start pinching it up. And once you get close to the top right here, you want to hold that, maintain it. And then you want to get the top layer here. Put your finger inside and then fold it over. And once you finish, you should have a smiling face like that. And on the back side, if it sticks out, just push it in a little bit. But for the most part, it should look like that, where there's a smiley face facing you. And when you put it down, if you put it down in a socks drawer, you can either have it facing this way or facing up, depending on how your instructor wants you to have it. But if you have your normal socks, it's going to look a little bit crooked. And that's completely normal. I've experienced that, I've seen it, and I've kind of realized that, so I'm passing it on to you guys. So the next thing I want to show you guys is your towels. Now this is extra long, so I'm going to try to see how I'm going to do this. Actually, hold that thought. Be right back. Alright, so I got my hand cloth. So this is much more smaller, right? So it fits on the screen. And I'm going to, the hand cloth is actually folded differently, but I'm going to fold it in the same way that when you have your big towel, the idea is going to still be the same, okay? So when you first open it up, you're going to want to fold it in half. Get the middle point. Get the middle point. Know where the middle is. Make good creases on it. Fold it back up. So there's the middle line right here. And you're going to fold just about maybe like finger width apart from the middle. actually just a little bit more in. Same thing to the other side, you don't want to go all the way in. So finger length apart from each other. Alright, from here, fold it in half. And now you fold it in thirds. And make sure, right? Make sure the one end is exactly on the other end. So it looks nice and neat. And when you finish, you should have 3 sides and multiple sides. So basically more lips, right? So the same side of lips should be on top of each other when you have more towels. So this is a much more smaller version because this is a hand cloth compared to the bigger one that it's really hard for me to show you, but the folding method is still the same, okay? And now what I'm going to show you is my uniform, but how you should fold your long sleeves and your short sleeves. So when you have long sleeves button-ups, right? You're first going to have to button up all your long sleeves. And if you have long sleeve like sports shirts, you can still fold it the same way as I'm going to be showing you, but you're just not going to button up, obviously. Alright, so one of the biggest things that they're going to look for when you are actually folding your uniform is to make sure every single button on your shirt is buttoned. Okay, so really get into a habit of buttoning every single thing. So unlike in your uniform, I think you have like 32 buttons or something. So you have to, or something like that, I don't know. But you have to make sure everything is buttoned, right? Alright. So on your uniform, you have your shirt. Now you're going to get one of your sleeves over. And then this is what they call the Batman fold from the top here. Fold it down. Right? And I'm trying to fit this in the screen as much as I can. Do the same thing to the other side. And make sure it's neat as possible. This is actually the one uniform I was wearing today, so it's a little bit wrinkly because we have to fold our sleeves because it's extremely hot here. Alright, so from here, what you're going to do is fold each sides in half towards the center. Right, and you want to make sure that everything's lined up, that it's not crooked or anything like that, to the best of your abilities, obviously. And same thing to the other side. Alright, so the top's lined up. Bottom's lined up. Now from here, fold it in half, right? But this is not the end because you want to also fold this whole thing in thirds. So I got the half point, so I put my finger where the half is, so it helps you get to the third point. So you're going to fold the top half to the third point, line it up, right? So this is the collar. I know you guys can't really see because it's camo. And now you get the bottom half. And one of the biggest checkpoints is make sure when you have the bottom half, they have to touch. So they can't be like that. Alright, so when you fold it back, like that. So what they're going to do sometimes is they're going to open it up and then look. Make sure the bottom side of bottom two flaps here are touching. So that's one of the things that they look for. Alright, so that's how you fold your clothes on your shirt. Now going to pants. Going into pants, like I said, make sure it is buttoned. Does not have to be necessarily zippered. Right? Doesn't really have to be zippered, but it does if you the zipper has to be all the way down and nothing zipped. Not a single thing zipped. And the thing with the pants, it's a little bit more complex, is you're going to fold it in half. And one of the things that you want to do is make the seam lines, make sure your pants lines up and your crotch material is going to be out. Crotch material is out. Now from here, you're going to fold it in thirds. Right, you're going to fold it in thirds. So like again, I got my halfway point right here, and I put my my legs down here, and I put my top down, and I also put the crotch now inwards so it lines up, and put the other half over, and then from here face it back up. Now that you have your pants, and your shirt will be on top of your pants, and you want to line it up where there's single folds. So this is the opening side, this is a single fold, and I still got it, right? Alright, so that's really everything that you're going to be issued and everything that you're going to really be responsible for in boot camp. So I hope this helped you guys. If you have any questions, tips, or comments that you want to see on for future videos, leave it in the comment section below, and thank you very much for watching.